So in the previous video, I talked about the modifiable risk factors of cardiovascular diseases. In this video, I want to talk about the non-modifiable risk factors of cardiovascular diseases. So when I say non-modifiable, I mean something that cannot be changed or altered, alright? So non-modifiable risk factors, the first and foremost one is age. Now, age is something that we cannot reverse, and as you grow older, the reason we advise all old people, especially after you cross your 30s or 40s, to maintain a healthy lifestyle and continue exercising, right, and get appropriate amount of sleep is because as you grow older, there is natural chances of developing hypertension and high blood pressure, because number one, your cardiac heart muscle begins to weaken, and number two is your arteries lose the ability for the stretch and accommodation as well as the stretch and recoil. This is why once the elasticity goes down, there's a high chance of developing hypertension. So age is the first non-modifiable risk factor. The next non-modifiable risk factor of cardiovascular diseases is the gender. So in gender, I'm basically going to be talking about the hormones basically. So for males, we have testosterone, and for females, we have estrogen. Now, this doesn't mean, by the way, that males only produce testosterone and females only produce estrogen. No, actually, we're just talking about the proportion. So males also produce estrogen, but males produce a larger quantity of testosterone than estrogen. And on the other hand, the females also produce testosterone, but females produce a much larger quantity of estrogen in comparison to the testosterone production. Now, coming back to my main point, testosterone in males is basically used for muscle development. So it basically strengthens the cardiac muscle, right, as the more testosterone you're producing, which is obviously going to increase due to a healthy lifestyle and of course exercising a lot, which will increase testosterone, build your heart muscle stronger. On the other hand, when we talk about the females have estrogen, which is really great because estrogen is a hormone that actually helps or supports the female to protect their cardiovascular system and prevent them from developing cardiovascular diseases in the early stage. Why is that? Because the estrogen is a chemical sort of hormone that is actually dilating the blood vessels or arteries, keeping or maintaining a low blood pressure. But of course, after the menopause stage has occurred in the female, the estrogen levels are going to drop, so the chances of developing cardiovascular diseases are going to rise. This is why in general we say that later on in life, females do have a higher chance of developing cardiovascular diseases in comparison to the males due to the effect of hitting the menopause stage.